Now I'd like to talk to you about the more advanced options of importing images into Aperture. If we have a quick look at this screenshot that I took before I imported any images into the library, we can see that it's very, very small, 369 kilobytes in size. After the import, we can see that the library has grown to 1.37 gigabytes, which is roughly the amount of data that I had on the memory card that I copied across. That was taken out of my internal hard drive, so we can see that if I carry on this way, my hard drive will deplete quite quickly. For the purposes of this test, I'm going to start afresh with a brand new Aperture library and show you how to import from a memory card but store the files on an external drive. I've started with a brand new empty Aperture library so we can compare before and after. So here we are, 369 kilobytes in size. Now, with this new empty Aperture library, again, I'm going to insert my memory card into the card reader. Wait for Aperture to load up after a couple of seconds, and we can see I've got a set of thumbnails all loaded up again. And where I'm going to change from where I imported previously is over in the import menu. Instead of store files in the Aperture library, which was going to deplete my internal hard drive, I'm instead going to choose my own location. And this opens up a Finder window for me to choose where. Now, if I go for the photo drive and choose a new folder and call it Aperture Masters, we can see that it's now going to store my files in Aperture Masters. Again, I can choose to not import duplicates. I can choose to change the name of the master files as they're imported. I also have an option to create subfolders, so if I have several images I can have them all brought in, and I can give those again names set to these previews similar as they are to the version name menu. I'm going to leave it as it is for now. I can do time adjustments, I can add any metadata I want to, but I'm going to go ahead and import them. And again, I'm going to go to Window, Show Activity, just to see how we're getting on. So again, we're presented with the option to click Done or Eject Card. I can close the activity window, and we can see that I've got roughly 98 images imported, which is about the same as the previous tutorial. If I close the Aperture window down, and we go to the Pictures folder, we can see that the Aperture library has grown by a little bit, but not by gigabytes of data like the previous time. That's because the data is now actually on the photo drive, not on the internal library. I could now carry on importing to my heart's content, all of the data being stored on external hard drives and not at the expense of my internal hard drive. As each external hard drive fills up, all I have to do is buy a new one and carry on as I am. The Aperture library itself should not get much bigger than single-digit gigabytes.